Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of My NA Cars. My name is Johan Kutsia and thank you so much for tuning in to your favorite motoring show where we talk everything wheeling and dealing. So this week's show we have a very jam-packed and informative one. Due to constraints we weren't able to get out of studio much, but thankfully our guests were able to come in studio and break down some of the coolest developments in the motoring industry. First up for this week, we will be touching base with Dimitri Mowers from Vivo Energy Namibia, and he'll be telling us more about Shell FuelSave Diesel that was launched earlier this year and has caused massive waves in the retail and commercial fleet markets. From there, we will be talking to Guillaume Creer from Harley-Davidson Windhoek about the new shop space at the Grove Mall, and also how easy it is for you to buy into this iconic lifestyle. Thereafter, we'll be touching base with Mr. William Verdoes, who, after a long history in the motoring industry, has started a new chapter and a new business with his brother. And this new business is Auto Trader, which specializes in highly sought after used cars. So, definitely a program you don't want to miss. Please stay tuned. So back in February, we brought you the exciting news that Vivo Energy Namibia, the local licensee for Shell, they launched their new Shell FuelSave Diesel with Dynaflex technology. And to tell us more about that, we have Mr. Dimitri Mowers in studio. He is the Product Quality Manager.
There we go.
Product Quality Manager. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm very well.
Hi to all our viewers as well.
Thank you very much for joining us. So, February launched a very exciting product to the market. Something that has caused a great amount of interest around the world in the markets where it has been selling so far. And now you've brought this innovation to Namibia. Tell us a bit more about Shell FuelSave Diesel and Dynaflex.
Okay, so I'd like to start off with just to let our viewers know that not all fuels are the same. Very important. Okay, so Dynaflex technology, what it is and basically how it works, it's the name of Shell's patented formula or technology at the heart of Shell FuelSave Diesel. Basically, this formulation is a complex blend of chemicals, or as we also refer to it as additives. It's been designed and enriched with powerful cleaning agents, and then also very important, protects the key fuel system components from performance robbing deposits, and then also very important, helping to maintain engine efficiency.
Very important.
Yeah, very important. So it's basically been developed to meet the demands of our older or more traditional engine technologies, but also focusing on the demands of our newer modern diesel engine technologies. This is a formulation that's basically been the biggest step or change in Shell's diesel formulations in the past 20 years.
Wow.
Since we've started introducing premium fuels about 20 years ago. So the entire process of testing and research and development that went into the fuel took more than 5 years to actually get to the final product of Dynaflex technology.
It's been an incredible product because, as you say there, it's all about enhancing performance in traditional engines, but also, catering for newer engines, making sure that they run at tip-top optimal conditions.
100%.
So, Dimitri, what kind of long-term benefits can the consumer expect when using Shell FuelSave Diesel, especially, for commercial application where diesel really is a key factor to your operation?
So that's a great question. Looking at commercial, there's a number of additional benefits that they can experience. But looking firstly at retail, the main benefit that customers can experience by using Shell FuelSave Diesel with Dynaflex technology is ultimately engine efficiency. Now, everyone asks, where does this efficiency come from? How does that happen? So there's a number of different additives in the Dynaflex technology that we talk about. The first one that we talk about is the anti-foaming additive.
Yes.
So basically diesel has, or base diesel without any additives, has the tendency to foam. And now when you are dispensing diesel from a nozzle at a high rate, you have the risk of spillages, you have the risk of not getting a full tank.
Yes.
Very important. So the anti-foaming additive basically ensures a faster and a safer fill, and then very importantly that you get that full tank.
Yeah.
The next one that we're talking about is the anti-corrosion additive. That basically prevents rust or any corrosion from forming on your key fuel system components. Ultimately, those deposits or rust that can take place will ultimately reduce your engine efficiency.
Yeah.
Okay. Then the next one we talk about is the detergent additives. We're talking about cleaning the engine, so very important. With consistent and regular use of Shell FuelSave Diesel, you'll not just only clean your engine, but very important, keep it clean. All those vital engine components that we're talking about, such as your injectors, for example. The other one, quite a bit of a mouthful, is called a demulsifier additive. Basically what that means is it splits water from diesel if you had to get water into your diesel tank for whatever reason. This ultimately prevents bacterial growth and then also obviously water from getting into your engine, which is not good.
Excellent.
And then the last one is ultimately the use of Shell FuelSave Diesel reduces your carbon dioxide emissions, which for the environment is obviously great, and looking towards the future is going to become ever more and more important.
100%. And I think, with regulations around carbon emissions becoming a lot stricter, for a fleet owner or even for a private vehicle user, knowing that you can drive with clean injectors and a clean conscience is a really good benefit.
Definitely.
But how often do I need to fill up with Shell FuelSave Diesel to enjoy these benefits to the max?
Well, like I've told a lot of my friends and colleagues and family who've asked me this type of question, you need to obviously fill up regularly, or as I would say, solely with our product to actually experience the true benefits.
Yes.
I'd even go so far as to challenge our viewers to go fill up at one of our competitor sites for, let's say, a month, and then see what benefits they get from their fuel. And then after that, for a month as well, fill up with Shell FuelSave Diesel or alternatively our Shell V-Power petrol to see what the true benefits would be that you'd actually experience at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I mean, when you're choosing workhorse source, as I like to call it, you really want the premium stuff, because at the end of the day, those downtime and engine inefficiencies will really have a massive compound impact on your operations as a whole.
Definitely.
But now, okay, so, I actually asked you this question when the first lockdown happened. I'm like, Demetrio, you guys have such great products, but the supply. So can you tell us a bit more? And then you actually said, we don't have to worry because you have enough supplies, enough additives, and yes, the supply chain will keep on moving. Can you tell us about how Vivo Energy Namibia gets its fuel into the country, and how the supply and distribution and quality controls are put in place?
Okay, so very important why Namibia was so secure during the lockdown with regards to supply of fuel. We are not reliant on, for example, South Africa. All our fuel comes into Namibia via the Walvis Bay Harbour. So we purchase our base fuel, or base diesel and base petrol from traders across the world, ultimately based on price. But then very important, this fuel does need to comply with our national specifications, first and foremost. And then we're looking at quality control, basically from the point the fuel, before it even gets off the barge, before it gets into the storage facilities in country, it's tested to make sure that it complies with the certificate of quality that it comes with. And then along the supply chain, so when the fuel is transported, before the truck is even filled with the fuel, the truck is checked for cleanliness, that type of things, check that it's free of water, very important. And then throughout the supply chain, there are various other quality checks that we take the fuel through to ensure that the end user, our customer, whether it's retail or commercial, does not get a contaminated or substandard product.
Yes.
But now, before the product actually reaches the retail site or reaches our commercial customer, the additivation process, where we add the additive to the diesel, takes place in our storage facility. So while the diesel is being loaded, additive is being added to every compartment at obviously a specific formula, a specific dose rate, to make sure that the customer gets the Shell FuelSave Diesel product. Okay, we can't call it Shell FuelSave Diesel and we don't additivate it correctly.
So that's where the magic happens.
That's where the magic happens. As our Shell scientist, Heinrich Wilkins, like to call it the magic drop, that's where it gets added, because the amount of additive that is added to the diesel is minuscule compared to the amount of diesel that is actually pumped.
Yes.
But that's how extensive the research and development went into that additive to make sure that that little magic drop can actually make a difference. So there's strict monitoring and calibration controls to ensure that the equipment is always working at its best.
Wow. Okay, and tell us, Vivo Energy Namibia introduced Shell FuelSave Diesel.
There we go.
Why not FuelSave petrol?
Okay, that's a very good question, one that I've gotten quite often. The reason being is Namibia, or Vivo Energy Namibia, already sells a premium petrol product called Shell V-Power, as you may know.
Ferrari
you can see
fuel,
the
baby.
shirt, Ferrari fuel, there we go.
Yeah.
So, because Namibia is a regulated market, meaning the government ultimately dictates what the fuel price is, which is why if you fill up at our site or you fill up at our competitor sites, exact same price. So business-wise, it wouldn't make sense to have two petrols or two petrol fuels selling at the same price but different brands ultimately.
Yes.
But in future, if the government decides to deregulate, where we can ultimately differentiate price between our main grade and our premium products, then we will definitely see the introduction of those fuels.
Yeah, but V-Power, I mean, V-Power is a top classic. It's just, I used to drive this 1.4 Velocity back in the day.
Yeah.
And you feel it, dude. Like as soon as you get that Ferrari fuel in you, sounds different, rides different. Yeah, precies.
There we go.
Precies. So Dimitri, a few weeks ago, we were at the Shell Lubes Bay at Shell La Friends, and I mean, really an incredible experience, and we've gotten so much great feedback from people who've watched that episode and who've experienced that offering. Tell us a bit more about that.
Okay, so basically we've got what we call a lube service bay. At our Shell service station in La Friends, we've got another one in Katima Molila at our Zambezi Shell. And pretty soon more sites that are going to be popping up will, granted that we have space for it, we'll put up a lube service bay as well. So basically what we're offering there, or let's say our focused target market, is looking at second-hand vehicle owners, but even, brand new vehicles, because at the end of the day, the services that we provide is done by qualified mechanics, very important. We wouldn't risk a customer coming in and, having a substandard mechanic working on their vehicle.
Yes.
Very important, the offer at the end of the day that the customer has is something that you literally will not get anywhere else right now at the moment. Reason being, one, it's a qualified mechanic. Two, we do not charge for labor on the services. Our business is oil and fuel, and that's what we charge our customers, okay? So we will charge the customer for the lubricant. The customer has the option to bring in their own parts or service kit at the end of the day. We do recommend that you use OEM parts or original equipment manufacturer parts, but at the end of the day, if you do bring in third-party parts, we are still able to work with that. So we basically focus on minor services, so looking at engine oil changes, filter changes, anything up to even we can change your brake pads on site. So I mean, we can do quite a couple of services at the site, and very important, the customer has the opportunity to not just get the service, but to get the service fast. So you can look at a service anything from 20 to 30 minutes, and then your vehicle is out of shop. Meanwhile, you have the option to go into our Shell Select, where we've got a chicken in and a pizza in, so you can have a snack while you're waiting. You can also obviously get your car washed. We've got a car wash right next to the lube service bay. So this is ultimately a service or offer that we're trying to get out to the market, so people are aware of it. It's not expensive. You're literally looking at a service anything from under $500 Namibian.
100%.
Yeah.
It was really such a fun time. I mean, I've I've serviced vehicles there a number of times, and I mean, the one story I always talk about is having a 150,000 kilometer service done in 23 minutes. I wasn't even done with my pizza. And then the guys were like, my brew is klar. And I mean, with the pizza, it didn't even cost me $400.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. So Dimitri, thank you so much for joining us, and we really hope to see you guys, go visit you guys out on site a bit more. Hopefully we can go and check out the additive depot, and you can show me some of the magic drop.
Yeah, yeah.
So I can see how you guys put that together. But once again, thank you so much, and thank you so much for also, leading in excellence. I mean, it is really astounding how much effort and technology and expertise goes into your offerings. So thanks again, and we're really happy you could join us.
Thanks, Jochi. It was my pleasure, and thanks to our viewers as well for tuning in. Ultimately, the last message that I'd like to leave everyone with is that I started off with: not all fuels are the same. So very important. Go and have a look at our offering. Go fill up with our fuels on a regular basis, and then you'll actually see the benefits that we have to offer.
And you definitely will feel it.
Definitely.
Thanks, Dimitri.
Cheers.
Very exciting to hear more about what makes Shell FuelSave Diesel such a standout product. And yeah, thank you, Dimitri, for making a turn and telling us all about that magic drop. Cool. Next up, Mr. Gilliam Creer, Mr. Screaming Eagle himself, the Hog Master. He's in studio and he's going to tell us a bit more about how you can buy into this iconic lifestyle. So it's super exciting to have Mr. Gilliam Creer in the studio today. Gilliam, he is Mr. Screaming Eagle, Mr. Harley-Davidson. Welcome, sir. How are you today?
Thank you very much for the chance to be here. I'm always good, thanks.
No, I'm glad to hear it. Gilliam, when it comes to Harley-Davidson, we can talk for days, about the culture, about the iconic machines. But let's touch on your recent expansion. You guys recently opened up a new branch at Grove Mall, and it's caused quite a lot of excitement and really opened up the brand to a whole new spectrum of clients.
Yes.
Tell us about that move.
Yeah, it was a dream that we had, that we wanted to do for quite a while now. It's opening up a shop in the Grove Mall.
Yeah.
Just the idea behind it was to get closer to your non-Harley customers, and to tell people more about what Harley-Davidson is all about. Because if you think Harley-Davidson, it's the oldest motorcycle brand in the world, so it's all about motorcycle. But in actual fact, there's so much more to Harley-Davidson than just the motorcycle. There's the lifestyle that you buy into than when purchasing a Harley-Davidson. All the rest that comes with it. And with the shop in the mall, it is about bringing the lifestyle to the customer without riding the vehicle or riding the brand.
And you touched on a very interesting point earlier when we were chatting outside, that something as simple as a Harley-Davidson T-shirt can stimulate something within a family, and then the next thing you know, they go unparked in the garage.
Absolutely. Yeah, like we said, it all starts with a T-shirt. Yeah, Harley-Davidson brand.
Absolutely. So, gentlemen out there, if you want your wife to agree to that bike, get her a Harley T-shirt and then have a few of her friends ask her about it. it kind of works itself out.
Yeah.
Cool. So, Guillaume, you guys have been in the market for nearly 4 years now.
That's correct, yeah.
Having a fully fledged Harley-Davidson outlet here with a full service capacity and a great customizing department, how has that really grown the brand locally? Because I mean, usually it was a bit of a rigmarole getting your hog serviced.
Yes, it was a rigmarole, services, getting your bike that you want. Now everything is at your doorstep. To all Namibians, doesn't matter where you are in Namibia, you've got it on your doorstep with the dealership being there. Yes, servicing bikes as well as customizing Harley-Davidsons is not something that you have to spend a lot of money on anymore, depending on what you want to do, but it's, like I said, on your doorstep. It's available here. You can come sit down with our master technicians, with our bike builders, whatever the picture you've got in your mind, they can build for you. That's the nice thing about it, yes.
That's incredible. And I really think it gives the hog owners a home. It gives them this cathedral of chrome that they can go and just enjoy their passion.
Absolutely, absolutely. You mentioned the Harley Owners Group. That's what it's all about. It's the family and becoming closer together. I mean, putting down your stamp on your bike is one thing. Having everyone to see it is what it's all about, and becoming part of that family. Like we mentioned earlier, it's a lifestyle. At one point with the clothing and the jewelry and all the accessories that you would like in your bar, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But going out there, being part of a family, being part of a group of guys, 1.6 million people worldwide, it is a nice home feeling that you get.
Yes.
You're becoming part of a big family, and everyone looks out for the other person. That's what it's about.
Oh man, like I've made no secret of this. I want to join that family so bad. And what's so cool is, I mean, Harley-Davidson is a prestige brand.
Yes.
That kind of engineering does not come cheap. But you guys have also catered to the entry-level side of the market with like the street rod.
That's correct, yes.
And I mean, a very comfortable city-orientated bike. But you start there and then you move up all the way to the CVO, the real custom stuff.
Yes.
How has the market responded? I mean, we're seeing so many more bikes over here. We're seeing the demographics explode. How's the market how's the market been bitten by the bug?
It's because of the exclusivity in the Harley-Davidson brand. I mean, it is, like you said, it is exclusive. It's not something that you will stop at the robot and somebody will stop with the exact same bike next to you. There's no two Harleys the same on the roads. They all change, they're all different. You put your stamp on it. But the market has been good to us. The family has grown, and we were very fortunate with everyone supporting us. With the Hog chapter, which also makes up a big part of the brand. I mean, they are the guys out there giving the functions to the riders, making all the things that goes on, creating all the events for them and keeping them on the road all the time. In order for the sales of the motorcycle, it's about the lifestyle we said, but it's about going out and doing things, and that's where the Hog chapter comes in as the organizer of this.
But also, I think what you guys do to make the motorcycling or especially owning a Harley so accessible. I mean, you were telling me that if I come in and I purchase a bike, then you will actually take me for training.
Yes.
So, I mean, I go there with my car, spend 3 hours with your excellent trainers, and then I can go get my license after that.
Exactly. It's about, I mean, so many people want anything, but there's always these obstructions. There's hurdles that can't get you to your dream.
Yeah.
Harley-Davidson is a dream. So in order to overcome all those challenges, we as the brand need to offer more. We can't just be sitting ducks selling the product and not giving more to our customers. So if you walk in and this is really something that you want to do, as we will assist you in getting your license, getting you through that process. We've got the most awesome trainers that work with us to get these people, to assist them to get their licenses on an easier way, getting them trained. And even after you've gotten your license, you become part of the Harley family, then you also get rider training that we offer to our riders on a monthly basis. The first Saturday of each month we do rider training. That is basically your pack rider training. So we look after our guys as well. You mentioned earlier about the entry level, the Street Rod 750. Yes, that is a new bike, an exciting bike. It's a liquid cooled motorcycle for the city runners. So this is not a bike that you want to travel to Cape Town with, for instance, but that's where you start off with. You start off with that street rod, you get your training, you get comfortable with all the things that's being given to you in the time, and then you grow and you upgrade on the motorcycle as well as in the chapter.
Yes. No, that's excellent. That's excellent. And we also touched on the lifestyle aspect. You know, the brand is one of the most iconic brands in the world. And now also with your new space at Grove, there's so many cool little items.
Yes.
I mean, the bar mats, and you guys have lights and like
anything you can possibly think of, we can offer you.
Yes. So I can join the Harley family without a bike, just for now. For now,
yes, yes. You can live the brand. It's about living the brand, not owning the brand necessarily. We laughed about it outside. It starts with a T-shirt, it ends up with a motorcycle. But it's such a cool brand. It's such an iconic brand. That's why it's stayed over the years. Since 1903, the Harley-Davidson brand is still such a big brand. It's because of all the things that comes with the motorcycle. That's why the shop is there as well. You can walk and you can buy a gift set. You can buy whatever it is, that even a cheese board with Harley-Davidson knives that you can back out when the guests arrive there. It's about living the lifestyle. It's about living that brand, becoming part of the brand, because the brand becomes part of you. It grows on you. So it's not just something. You're proud to take out that cutting board, or proud to put down the set of Harley-Davidson whiskey glasses, for that matter.
No, that's excellent. And I think, Harley-Davidson, I mean, oldest motorcycle brand in the world. I think World War I, World War II, Harleys were out there, fighting the good fight.
Yes.
And that kind of pedigree does not come overnight. So, I mean, kudos to you guys, and I really, really hope to be joining the Hog family pretty soon.
Yes, you definitely have to come to the dealership, come and have a look at what we offer, and then we can take you on a ride with the Harleys. How does that sound?
Excellent.
Challenge.
Yeah, brilliant. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Harley-Davidson lifestyle is really something to aspire to, but you don't have to aspire too hard. It is accessible. Go around to Harley-Davidson, either in Andimba Toivo Street, Cederhof.
That's correct.
Or at the Grove Mall. Chat to the guys and just get to know, how you can become part of the Hog family. It really, really is something special.
Yes. Don't be intimidated. Come and visit us. Come and have a coffee. Remember, worldwide, coffee is always on the house in Eddie Harley's shop.
Excellent. And you know what? You don't even need to ride. If you're too scared to ride, just park it in the lounge. Perfect.
No.
Ride it. There we go. Thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
A lot of people say they're going to live out their dreams one day. By one day, they usually mean when their kids have grown up. If you wait until then, your kids will miss the lesson. Live your legend.
Thank you, Gilliam, for coming in and helping to demystify this incredible brand. And, thank you for bringing so much color and chrome and that beautiful, beautiful Screaming Eagle engine note to the streets of Namibia. Okay, next up, we chat to Mr. William Verdoes, who tells us a bit more about the current climate in the motoring industry, some of the latest developments, and a very exciting one indeed, their new used motor dealer, Auto Trader. They've opened up recently and have found brisk business based on their tenets for good service, honest business, and just a love of vehicles. Stay tuned. So cool to have Mr. William Verdoes in the house today, a legend of the motoring game, just like his father. William, thank you so much for making a turn.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. So, you have been around the motoring industry for a long time. I mean, you were practically born into it. Yeah. How have you seen the current, the current climate in the motoring industry?
Well, obviously due to the economic challenges that we've had so far, coming up from 2016 already, the market was in a, I think it's even worse than a recession. I think the proper term would be a depression, to call it that. And COVID came at a very bad time for the motor industry as well. And I think everybody is suffering a bit from COVID fatigue at this moment because everything is just about Corona. So I'm not going to talk too much about that. So the industry has been hard hit. That is maybe not so good for the industry itself. However, it does hold certain advantages in that it weeds out the guys that don't do business well, if I can call it like that.
100%.
Yeah, so the guys that know the industry, that have their client base, that operate on an honest way,
Yeah.
and give good client service, those are the guys that are still around, and those are the guys that can even make it in the tough market that we have at this stage.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're not here to talk about COVID and the depressing climate. We're here to talk about something very exciting.
Yeah.
Yes. So you and your brother have just opened Auto Trader.
Yes, so what happened basically was that my brother was retrenched, all right, and then just a while after that I was retrenched as well.
Yes.
And we saw an opportunity in the market to do something that we both have been born into. My father has been in the trade for 20 years now. So I said to him, listen, we've had this dream for like 3 years already. The timeline may have moved up now because, but let's do it. And then also, I used to be a manager at AMH. So I managed the branch that they closed down actually. And for me, it was really tough, knowing that my team that I spent so much effort and energy into were now going to be unemployed.
Yep.
Because of restructuring and resizing, and right-sizing, as the corporates call it. So we basically decided to hire them in our own business, and we started in the beginning of August on the corner of Usiakutaga and Pavlov Street. And we hired a cleaner that used to work there and a driver. And then me and my brother, as together with Tanya, we started Auto Trader now. And I must say August has gone well. We've had a bit of issues with the registration process, but we're going strong. And the branding has been put up on Friday. So you'll see our branding on Usiakutaku, nice and big, Auto Trader, you can't miss us.
Baie geluk, really, it's so exciting that you guys have, taken the leap to just, bring something new and exciting to the used car market. What would you say makes you guys stand out?
Well, I think the biggest thing that makes us stand out is we have people that specialize in each of their positions.
Mm.
Right, so our cleaner is the best cleaner that I think we do have. Right, in future we would also like to offer a cleaning service to our customers, so that is coming in future. Where we'd like to empower him to run the own sort of side of that business.
Yeah.
Our previous cleaner, we actually upskilled, got his driver's license. He is now the guy that does all the NATIS registrations, police clearance, all of that nonsense, so you don't have to. And then me, together with Tanya, we are in charge of sales now. What makes that unique is both of us have been in the trade. I was now for 4.5 years. She, forgive me if I mistake, but she was in the trade for about 12 years already. So we know what to look out for, and we know how to give good customer service. And also, at the end of the day, we take away the risk that you as a consumer have. Unfortunately, together with the tough economic situation that we got now, you will find a lot more of scamsters on Facebook.
Yep.
And all of the websites. And we're basically there to say, hold on, if you buy a car from us, there's no such thing as it hasn't been settled with a bank, or it's been in an accident, or it's actually been stolen. So none of that nonsense you will have. And then also, we assure the quality of vehicle that you buy. We can also offer our clients extended warranties on the vehicles that they buy from us, giving them further peace of mind. And also, some of our clients, we can just actually help them to get their cars sellable, to get more money for their cars. So we also give advice on that. Sometimes you would bring a car in, and it actually just needs a light repaired, or whatever the case might be, and we help that client to get the most money for their car.
That's incredible, and I think, especially in these tough economic times, having a dealer that, you can trust not only with the quality of vehicle, but when you are entering this, sometimes scary phase of selling your car, and then, it's shark-infested waters out there. Yeah. So, what is this new chapter? What are some of the challenges, but what are some of the opportunities that you see?
Well, obviously the challenges, as I said, was that there are a lot of scamsters out there, and unfortunately the economic situation is down. But the opportunity is that we are starting fresh. We've got our own stock. We do buy-ins of vehicles. I know a lot of the used dealerships don't buy in vehicles because they are overstocked at the moment. So currently we offer that, call it a facility to clients, but we are willing to buy their cars actually from them if they don't want to wait, for a potential buyer to come along. The other big part of our business that we also do is we can sell your vehicle on a consignment basis. So basically, you can leave your vehicle at our stand or you don't have to. We clean it, we take pictures, we advertise it, and we don't charge you anything for that.
Wow.
So basically, only once we sell the vehicle, we will take a percentage of the profit at a predetermined amount. So that means you as the client tell us, listen, I want this much for my car. We will then sell the car and get you that much for your car. If you are realistic, obviously.
100%.
Yeah.
And are there any specific vehicles that you specialize in?
Currently, we are going for the small hatchback segment, city slicker cars, but we are basically trading in anything car related. I've had some offers on motorcycles, but I haven't gone into that yet. But for now, we do vehicles, all types of vehicles on consignment basis, and as I mentioned earlier, we do buy in stock as well at the moment.
Excellent. And if clients want to come out and see what you have on stock, sorry, you said Hendrik Witbooi and Pavlov.
It's Usia Kutaku and Pavlov Street. So it's basically, if you're driving to Northern Industrial from on Usia Kutaku on your way to Northern Industrial, you'll get the Van der Walt Puma on your left-hand side, and just 2 turn-offs after that, you'll see big Auto Trader on the corner there. You really can't miss it. So yeah, I invite everybody to come along. All of our stock is available on Namcars, so you can view it there. Or you can contact me or Tanya. My number is 081-2786-980. And Tanya's number is 081-124-2221.
Excellent. People can't see that I'm smiling underneath this because, I know your passion for cars, and it's really so refreshing that you guys, took the leap and are bringing something very exciting to the used car market, which has really seen a lot of changes in the last few years.
Yeah, correct. I think, as I mentioned before, we could not just sit at home, and cry about our sorrows, being retrenched and everything. Luckily, we were in a position where we could actually save some jobs, get this thing going. And I just want to thank the customers that we've had thus far, giving us such a successful first month already. It's amazing. I can't believe that we doubled the sales that we expected to do. And I just think that bears testament to the level of service that you can expect from us. No nonsense, hassle-free, honest, good service. That's basically Auto Trader.
Excellent, and that's exactly what the market needs right now. Mr. William,
thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, man, always fun having you in studio and coming out to always fun having you in studio, and we will make it a point to come out to Auto Trader and just see what you have on the floor, and also just chat a bit more.
Please, you're always welcome.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in the market for a well looked after and thoroughly checked used vehicle, make sure to check out Auto Trader at the corner of Usia Kutaku and Pavlov Streets. The brand, the brand behind the brand is credible. So, you got a vouch for me.
Thanks so much.
Thank you for coming by, William, and sharing those insights. And we wish you the best of luck with your new venture. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have time for this week. But if you haven't yet, please grab yourself a copy of the Model NA Cars publication, which you'll find in today's Publicane, Namibian Sun, and Algemene Zeitung. And also, we'd like to thank our title sponsor, Shell Namibia, for fueling Model NA Cars, and for keeping us going and just giving us that magic drop. Tune in again next time. Thank you so much.